As far as I know.
I got no agenda.
I got mine.
She has two. That's why.
Do you want to do the promo for Carlton on Tuesday morning?
I'm back on my Coke Zero.
Where's Nathan? Oh. Yeah, nobody knows what continent he's on, do they?
Put your lights on and turn them on, please. Joe?
Give that boy a hard time.
You memorize it all, right?
On the new one, you'll come back in.
That's right.
We upgraded the access system Saturday. We're moving forward.
Speaking of, too fat to be doing all that.
Silence your phones.
Great-granddaughter. My granddaughter Warren, that lives out in West Virginia.
I lost my windscreen.
6'2", 18 inches long. So I had a video chat with him this morning. And he was just quiet, just looking in the phone, kind of like, who's that weird looking guy looking at me?
They're all silent. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did it before it came in. Now, all I do is find a safe, secure way to carry them. We'll call the June Town Council meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone. First order of business is a public hearing. The purpose of the public hearing will be to receive public comments concerning the following. Amendment to the FY 2023 budget for the town of Appomattox in accordance with section 15.2-2506 Code of Virginia. Does anyone wish to speak to this? The budget amendment changes the general fund expenditures and revenue to $501,311. If there's no comment, we'll close the public hearing. Move on to our town council meeting. This time, if Reverend Duck would lead us in a prayer and a pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful that the grace that you offer is sufficient to meet every need, to direct our lives, and to bless us. We thank you for everything you do for us, the community that we live in, and Lord, the country that we also are citizens of. And we just pray that you will guide tonight in this council meeting. We pray that, Lord, you will give the Appomattox Town Council the wisdom and knowledge and the staff to accomplish those things that will be good for its citizens and will be honorable unto you. May all that is accomplished here tonight truly bring praise to your name, for it is in that name above every name we pray. Amen. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you all. Again, I'd like to welcome you. Of note, Wednesday is Flag Day. The flag of the United States represents our country, our Commonwealth, and our community, and all that we have achieved and all that we stand for. May we as a body do more to improve each aspect of our lives in our community, our Commonwealth, and our country. Ms. Michelle Romanak, his first scheduled public appearance.
Good evening, everybody. Again, I'm an Appomattox resident. I've lived on North Avenue, 219 North Avenue, ever since I was 18 years old. So I'm 56 now. So I purchased a pole, or had one put in, when my son was 9 years old. So that's been 17 years ago. And of course, just like owning a home, owning a pool, you have a lot of repairs. And I hired a pool company last year to do the vermicomite up underneath my pool, and had a new pool liner put in. He didn't do it properly. So it got a puncture in the pool liner, which caused the pool to leak. And he tried to repair the steps and put extra holes in that. And basically I had to let the pool company go that I was working with and had to hire a new pool company, and got a second liner this year. Y'all have been very gracious over the years. I've probably had 9 pool fillings almost every year since I've had it, and I'm going to be honest. And I also my pool is big, so again, just getting a new pool the first time, I didn't realize. And it's only me and my son originally when I got the pool, but I literally spray painted it on the ground. I didn't realize how big it was either. But my pool is like 2 pools put together. It's 48 feet in one direction, 18 feet wide. If you go in the other direction, it's 24 feet, 18 feet wide. So it's an L shape. I also had all the trees cut down behind the house, so there's no shade on that side of the pool. So the pool gets from 10 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, the sun's shining all day and the water evaporates. So it's already a lot having a water bill as it is, just keeping it full during the year. But on top of having repairs made, y'all have a new rule now that came about that you can only get 3 fillings a year. And when y'all say fillings, I'm assuming you mean the whole entire pool. I'm not sure. But I wanted an amendment to that to have more, because when we do have repairs, I didn't realize that. And the reason I probably didn't realize that is I live on North Avenue, and y'all extended my road. I used to live the last house on the left, and now they built new homes on my road, which are beautiful. But the house at the very end of the road to the right, and I have a picture of it, looks like a barn. It's pretty. It's 2-story. They're Plant Drive. So my road goes down this way. They're Plant Drive. They're right here on the corner, and they're 219 Plant Drive. I'm 219 North Avenue. Sometimes they get my mail. Sometimes they get my boxes. Sometimes, we're very close. And it does. I'll show a picture of the sign that says North Avenue Plant Drive. I mean, they're right there. So we're only probably 5 houses away from each other. So that's confusing, but I didn't get it. And my son said, well, we did receive it. So, but when I notified the town, they said it's probably your 3rd filling of the year. So when I called the first time, it's when they were just installing the second liner, and they filled it up halfway. And then he wanted to do repairs around the steps, so he did repairs around the steps, and he said, I just need you to fill up about this much. So then I called the town and said, hey, I'm getting ready to fill up my pool, and I filled it up about that much. And then I called back the town, when he wanted to fill it up a little bit more, and I filled it up a little bit more, and they said, I called the town so I wouldn't have the sewer charges. So when I called back the next time, they said, oh, you've used all your 3 pool fillings this year. And I went, oh, I didn't know that I didn't know that. I said, I've always called, y'all told me to call before and call after. So I realized that there needs to be some type of an adjustment when we have repairs made or something like that. I have water evaporation. I don't know what y'all can do, but my sewer bill alone, just for the one last filling, and this is only half my bill, y'all. It was, keep in mind, it had the deep end full, and he had to repair the steps. It was still a leak. We had to drain it back out, and then he had to fill it up. And when I called for the fourth time, we filled it all the way back up. $600 just for the sewer. And I'm single. I live by myself. So a $600 bill just for the sewer. The water was $210. I don't mind paying for the water. I can't flush the toilet that many times. Like, I just have to keep doing it. So I just want an amendment made, because during the summertime also, like, sometimes I'm not there. I'm gone for weeks at a time to corporate office, and I'm not there, and I still have to keep it filled so it doesn't run my pump, and somebody has to turn on the water just to keep it filled. So I've always called, but I don't want to have to offset. I need help with the sewer part of it. So like I said, I'm single. I've worked very hard all my life. I've 31 years with my company. I've lived in town forever. Y'all have always been gracious and helped me out. The town also called me, and I do want to thank y'all when I had a leak and we couldn't discover where the leak was, and they offset that, and I had somebody come repair that. But again, I want to continue to live in town, but I can't afford $600. I can't afford that type of sewer bill. So I wanted to know if y'all could help with it, giving me some type of grace period when I have to call to say, hey, I need to fill up my pool.
Council have any questions?
Are you billed for the sewer every time you fill it up?
Every time I fill it up, it does sewer charges, correct.
After
And I
the
have the
3.
bill here where you can see, like during the month when I don't have the pool going, it's hardly nothing. Like my water bill is like $40-some. And again, I don't mind paying for the water part anytime I fill the water part. That's not an issue. It's the sewer part, because it's just me.
Is the water, well, the evaporation part wouldn't, is any of that going into the sewer? The pool
Go ahead.
water?
I think, and Jeff, let me with the crew, I think the 3 tons allows water only, right?
You'll have to get 3 pool adjustments, that's the policy y'all passed several months ago, y'all voted on it. And it allows you to fill up the pool, jacuzzi, anything, 3 times, 3 days, after that you pay the bill.
That's why you
Is
call
is the
it
sewer included?
No, well, it's once again, no.
Removed.
It's,
That's why it's.
That's what I'm confused on, because,
yes, once again, you pay everything just like you normal. We don't give normal, the policy states we don't give adjustments after 3 pools.
But before that,
Okay.
if sewer is removed, yes,
The sewer was removed before that for years.
3
okay.
times. But
But now it's 3 times. Is that right? The new policy,
The new policy states 3 times.
sewer is removed 3 times.
So that's where we are now.
Right, because they said, and again, if I had known it was a full pool filling, I wouldn't have called when I filled it up just a couple inches, because
Right.
I know the sewer was going to be charged. I didn't realize that it was a pool. I would have waited and filled it all the way up and wouldn't even have made the call when I was just filling it up a couple inches.
I don't think it says pool filling as much as it says adjustment. I'll vote again. I think it says 3 adjustments.
Adjustment.
I'll have to look at it. I don't, it's been a while since, it may say pool filling. It's been a minute since I looked at it.
And like I said, you can see what I use for the sewer versus when I'm just there and it's just me. You can look at the average. But during the summer, I totally understand when I use the water, I don't mind paying for the water. I need the adjustment when I have to, for the sewer part. And yes, ma'am, they did take off for the first 3 sewer charges. They did make the adjustments and did make some type of adjustment for the sewer, for those 3. But after that, then I got the next
you get
bill,
the
and it was
full
$600,
sewer
and
bill.
I'd only filled it halfway up.
Well, I see,
And
I
it
see
was
what you're
$600
saying.
just for halfway up.
Because see, that water didn't go through the sewer,
Right.
technically, yeah, okay.
No.
so it didn't cost us.
And I have the bill if
Yeah.
y'all want to see it. It was $210.56 for the water and $679 for the sewer.
That
I
month.
got you.
Okay.
That month.
Yeah,
For just 1 month?
That month, okay?
Just that month, yes.
Part of that is your basic $40 because I have water and sewer. And the
Correct.
above and beyond.
Correct.
Mr. Elder.
And she maybe also have to put in an irrigation meter, and it does not have a sewer bill attached. Then we go to the guy, the crews come through there, you read the meter,
Okay.
that's not, that's a cost.
All right, so you can see a way to fix this.
She puts in the irrigation meter, it puts a backflow prevent on there, and RPG and everything to protect the system.
What's the cost of that?
More than $600.
Yes.
More than $600.
So Jeff, would that replace, she would have to call us to tell us to come read the meter, then fill it up and read the meter again?
But outdoor speaking on it, the outdoor speaking, there's no sewer bill attached. But if you put it out your house and that at the same time the house will
That makes sense.
So
I didn't hear any of that because I was
The train.
trained. So, but you said if she installs an irrigation meter,
it's
would
like a
that?
separate spigot. It's like a separate
it's-
spigot away from the
It's
house.
a separate meter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your water, your yard, do whatever you want to wash your cars.
So my question is, is there wording in our policy that says adjustment versus filling? So there's a thing as a pool adjustment? Okay. Gotcha. I understand.
Okay.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's why I'm here, is I couldn't afford to pay the 600, so,
Right.
and I make good money, so it's like, that's scary when it's
I wouldn't
like-
want to pay it either.
You wouldn't want to pay that either, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You understand.
We got to
Right.
work on it.
We had one of those nice inflatable above ground pools. Yeah. Don't want to do that again.
So you understand.
It was long ago.
Well, I want to keep mine, and I love living in town.
Yes.
You know, it's just, yeah, I have so many repairs and different things to keep upkeep on it.
So I think we really need to pull the policy and look at it and consider what we need,
What we need
how
to
we
do.
can move forward.
To make this
Yes.
doable, because this is not doable for anybody.
Well, like I said, we'll take it under advisement. It's not going to happen in one night. We'll get some more information from Mr. Elder. We will contact you if we need more information from you
Okay.
and see where we move forward on this. Because, yes, it is a concern, and I know what Jeff's behind it. We will find a better solution
All
if we
right.
can.
I'd appreciate it.
If we can.
Any help I can get.
Yeah.
Until this now, it's due, and also I pay all my bills on time. So I want to make sure, is there any way I can get just offset on this one till we make a resolution? So,
Yes. Kim's saying yes, yes. Kim will take care of it.
okay, and I can just pay the water part? Okay. All right, I'd really appreciate that. Okay.
Did they go out and read the meter for this when they called?
They read the meters like they do every month.
I mean, when they a call to, that's fine. You called us when it happened. If we sent somebody out there, we'll see what we can do to accommodate that. And we'll check with them on the issue of 3 times per year as opposed to above 3 times per year and see what we can work out for everybody's.
All right, I appreciate y'all listening to me.
Well, thank you
Anything
for
y'all can do
coming.
to help, I'd
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
coming.
All right, thank you.
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other public appearances to come before the council at this time? Adoption of consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the council, will be approved or received by one motion in the form listed. Items may be removed from the consent agenda for discussion under the regular agendas upon motion of any council member and duly seconded. These are the minutes of the May 8th regular meeting and the May 23rd workshop meeting. Entertain a motion to accept.
Second.
Motion properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Is there any unfinished business come before the council at this time? Under new business, consideration to adopt resolution 2023-003 to amend the FY 2023 budget for the town of Appomattox.
I make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion made, properly seconded. Any discussion? By roll call vote, Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel,
Yes.
Ms. Puckett,
Yes.
Mr. Boyce,
Yes.
Ms. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Simpson is absent.
Papa Allen.
By 5-0, motion carries. Consideration to adopt a resolution adopting the fiscal year 2024 budget for the town of Appomattox. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
By roll call vote, Mr. Boyce,
Yes.
Ms. Puckett,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Allen,
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel.
Yes.
By a vote 5-0, motion carries. Consideration to award the 2023 contract for grass mowing to RSG Landscaping LLC for $43,788.22. Entertain the motion. We need a motion to consider it.
Jeff, is this gonna come out of your budget? Yeah, current budget? Or we having to add that?
I apologize.
The RSG.
RSG, grass mowing.
RSG, we're gonna have to add that to it.
Huh?
I mean, I would assume we'd have to add, yes, it's might add to it.
So how's that gonna change your budget?
About 43,000.
Well, I didn't know if you were pulling from somewhere else.
That's
No.
It'll
So it's
be
not
as-
in the budget?
Right.
So we would have to do a budget amendment for that much?
We'll need to do an amendment for the other side for 2024. Jeff, are you thinking it's all general fund, or how did you?
That was split between water, sewer, and
Who's gonna cut it if we don't pass it?
the problem is, we're so short-handed right now, we cannot work on the water system and pay rates.
Yeah, but we
So is this a
understand that.
temporary solution or is this a permanent solution? Playing it by ear?
It's a staffing. It's a staffing issue.
Staffing.
I mean, I can't predict it, but we are not getting.
When do they begin?
Applications right now, the one we're getting is just interesting.
I understand. When do they begin?
Excuse me,
Will it start July 1? Or before?
I think probably July 1.
Okay.
And
And it's set up, I think the contract's set up where I can review it 3 years running. So we're going to,
And that's the annual cost, or is that the balance of
that's the annual.
annual cost? So it'll take them to June 30th of next year?
Yes, sir.
and then we have to
It's added in the budget next year.
make the decision.
Kim, they gonna bill us monthly for, this is annual, and then they bill us monthly? That's how they do, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll
And
request if you all, I can request a budget amendment approval once we get into the new year.
Okay.
That'll be against the 2024 budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
and what would be the scope of this work?
Chav.
What's the
They're just
scope of
mowing,
this?
they're just mowing and weed eating?
The mowing and weeding of all facilities that are controlled by the town?
All facility, it's some we're still doing, some of the rougher stuff, inside the shop now, we're doing, outside the shop they're doing. A lot of the banks, the pump station, the water tanker for 460, we're gonna take care of, so yes, it's miscellaneous spots that we're gonna handle. So, and
There
these,
are 43 sites, and we're keeping 10 of them.
Just go out for bid.
it's already been out.
I mean, it's already public bid and all that. Okay, thank you.
So he's gonna cut at 33 sites? Okay, and you said effective 7/1/24?
It goes on the 2024 budgets,
All
July
right,
1,
but he's
23
gonna
to
start
24.
July of 23, is that correct?
Right.
Next
So the
first.
fiscal year will be 20.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
yeah,
So does this include all the roads program, areas we have?
Except for those 10 that we pulled out.
those are the ones, the rows, okay, the 10, okay. And so it's renewable at the end of 1 year for the same amount?
No, ma'am, there's gonna be an increase over the years.
He'll increase, okay.
Yes,
It's just
they'll let that increase
it's
in.
renewable if both parties accept, okay, got it.
We did receive multiple bids, and this was significantly less.
And met our requirements. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
It was a whittle under hail difference.
Wow.
Way.
We should open a landscaping company.
You
No,
have-
ma'am.
Refresh my memory, your staff is down by, is it 4?
I have 3 or 4, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, I move that we award the contract to the grass mowing to RSG Landscaping for $43,788.22.
And I'll second that.
Any further discussion? This will initiate July 1st, be on the FY 2024 budget. We'll do a budget amendment first July town council meeting.
Would that stop them from mowing, starting? Okay.
They won't start till July, no.
So somebody has to mow it between now and,
July 1.
We'll get all the council members to get them mowed.
oh,
Yeah, no,
yes,
I'm not.
I'm on it.
I have a riding mower, but no.
Do you have any real mowers still?
Real mower.
Push mower.
If you use it, I promise you I'll
I'd
buy
be
it
done
myself.
messed up our lawnmower.
In the world.
Man, front yard, if you push it, I will have you one this week.
I'll get some weed killer. I'd rather do that than mow grass.
Oh, man.
Got it. Any further discussion? By voice vote, Ms. Puckett,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Spiegel,
Yes.
Mr. Boyce,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item, consideration to accept the proposal for historic painting at the train depot. These amounts have already been presented to the council earlier. Ms. McGee provided to us at the previous meeting. And this will make it historically correct to the best of the painter's ability.
Well, I'd like to move that we accept the proposal for the historic painting to be done at the depot. I'm excited.
Yes, and I'll say, yeah. But Timmy seconded, yeah. I'm agreeable with that.
Any other discussion? Mr. McGee, how much does this increase it?
21,600.
Close enough.
$696.95.
What Terry explained to me the other day that we're coming up on, what year? 100-year anniversary of this. And so I think we really need to address that matter and see what we can do about celebrating that and get this thing ready to go. It's exciting time.
Yeah.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
June. That's the anniversary of the opening of the depot. That's
No,
officially.
the
That's
town,
Town.
the corporation of the town.
Oh.
Establishment of the town of Appomattox.
So that's a big deal.
It's one election cycle away. Any other discussion on this item? All in favor by voice vote. Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Boyce?
Yes.
Mrs. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yeah.
Ms. Puckett?
Yes.
By a vote of 5-0, the motion carries.
Just a note that Mr. Simpson is not here for all these votes.
Yes. Is there any other new business come before the council at this time? Council standing committee reports, the ARPA committee. Ms. Puckett?
I hadn't talked to anybody about this, but it appears that we are to consider the award of the generators for the town office and town shop to Woolridge Heating and Air and the propane tanks to Foster Fuels. Am I correct? Got it. Okay.
Installation
Finally.
depends on price.
Installation will be.
And state the amount again, just to refresh my mind. For the generators.
For this entire project.
You don't have, it's okay.
I haven't got my ARPA sheet with me. I don't know where it is. Couldn't find my whole booklet tonight. Put it somewhere safe. Oh, my extension cords on it.
There we go.
It's somewhere, you'll find it tomorrow.
Problem.
It says 142,000, is that right?
So we got allocated.
That's what we had allocated.
So we had
On the
allocated
ARPA
start with.
budget, 142, 315.40. Unless it's come in better
For the
than that.
generator.
The combined total of the two generators and the propane tanks was right at 111,000.
Ooh, that's better than what we had.
That ought to heat somebody up or keep them cool.
Well, you know, like I think the original generator request was over 200,000. So
Yes.
The first bids we got in,
Yes,
we
That
did
was
this 3 times.
shocking.
Yes.
because nobody could do everything.
Hope this one sticks.
Yeah.
Well,
Make
they're
sure-
ready to go. Everybody's
Okay.
ready to go.
All right.
You get a contract,
Yes, sir.
Sign it, put it forward for it, the price goes up.
As this came out of committee, it does not require a motion.
First, no, not a second.
Is there any other,
Doesn't require a second.
Doesn't require a second. Well, excuse me.
she's already made it.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other discussion? Hearing none by voice vote. Mr. Boyce, you approve?
Yeah.
Ms.
I
Spiegel?
I say yes, but I don't believe we need a
Yes,
vote.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we do. If we're expending money, we need a vote. It needs to be a voice vote.
For the ARPA money, yes, ma'am, you have to follow the same procurement
Same
policies
procurement,
that
okay.
you would have
All right,
followed
yes.
for your own.
Yes. Yes?
Ms. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Ms. Puckett?
Yes.
By a vote of 5-0, motion carries. Any other committee reports to come before the council? Is there any citizen comment, anyone like to make a remark in front of the council today? All righty. Town managers report, Mr. McGee.
Just for those of you who were on initially, received my self-evaluation or self-assessment, I made everybody else a copy. So, you know, that the self-assessment portion is the first portion. If you take that out, the rest of it is a very good reference for you. So You know,
I
set
thought
it
so
up
too.
that, you
It's a
know,
good tool to use for our
It's a planning
projects.
tool. It has a lot of statistics in there that you may or may not be familiar with. But, you know, if you want to get the HR kind of stuff out, you just pull that out, and the rest of it is a really good reference.
Agree.
Just
Thank
for
you, sir.
everybody. And that Dominion 7 completed all the measurements of this building last week. Tiger General accepted our offer to buy the property adjacent to Jeff's area. That amount was $17,864.29. The Church Street water line project, we have reached the point where we're no longer eligible for just 3 grants, just because our sewer rates have been coming up, and so we've reached the point where, water rates, and, but I guess we're at the poverty, they declare us at the poverty level, and there must be something lower. But that gives us a 2.1 interest rate. Yeah, 2.1 interest rate on the Church Street water line project. We have completed all the hurdles of the Buy American, Build American saga that has lasted for months. That's been done. So we're very close to having a completed contract in Tony Construction, of being able to release Tony Construction. As I'm sure you've seen, the depot, the roof is coming along really well. The deck is done. Soffits are pretty close to done. The decking. It'll probably be at least another couple of weeks. But we're back to using the regular entrance. And when they're working on they're going to have to put, copper around the edge of the building. They're actually going to build a safety area over that. That way we can continue to use that.
So circling back a minute, since everything has been approved now, when will Tony Construction begin on the Church Street water line and the sidewalk lowering?
Yeah, they've already started working on the sidewalk.
Okay, good news, right, Jim?
Yeah. So
Lowering
they
the
marked that a
sidewalk
couple of weeks ago.
for the view.
A lot of that, Jeff, Tony Construction, they are setting up stuff on the sidewalk.
Yeah, but they did all the layers today, and when they laid it with everything's gonna be set.
Now.
Went around, we checked all of that. If everything goes according to plan, he's gonna start demolition on the sidewalk, maybe probably Monday, Tuesday next week, if not this week.
That will help a great deal
That's
for
exciting.
safety.
So everything is rolling on the depot. We're gonna have a primo depot.
Primo Depot.
You've approved the painting. Much of tomorrow, I will be in Danville and the rest of the week at the Brownfields Conference. We have several properties in town that actually could fall under that. In meeting with the CBPDC, we do qualify to get a large portion of a big grant, or they have a $500,000 grant that will allow that consultant firm to speak to the council and to address how to take on kind of the whole enchilada, if you will, to give you a big picture. There's no charge to the town. So I will be meeting with Kelly Hitchcock from CBPDC and 2 of the consultants later this week to get started on that. So that's
Does that also take into account the residential places that are,
not residential.
this is all
commercial.
business?
Commercial. If you think about anywhere in any commercial property in town that exists and hasn't been functional for a long period of time, would be able to qualify. And you can designate like a corridor if you wanted to. You could say like Old Confederate. You could say, Courthouse Street. You could basically say which streets you wanted to be considered. And the end product that they give you is basically a kind of a detailed vision of what other communities have done and what they would recommend to do it. And they said one of the big pluses of that is once you start that planning, a lot of people who are involved in that process and own properties will go ahead and get involved, just because they don't want to be left out. So that,
Kind of like,
Seems good to me.
we'll have some more on that by the next council.
This sounds real good. Is there a counterpart to that does handle residential? Like
Residential?
Is there another
I
counterpart to
haven't
this,
asked
a
about
grant or
that.
something that help with residential stuff?
I haven't asked about that, but this conference is a Virginia conference, so everybody in Virginia who does, it'll be the place to find out.
All right. Sounds wonderful. Thank you for doing that.
As you know, we sent off the letters to the urgent care providers. We still have one more to go out. We're going to send one to UVA. But that will give us a total of 12 letters. Haven't received any feedback from anybody that we've addressed. I did get some feedback. I joined a trade group basically it's an urgent care trade group.
Oh, really?
And one of the people that set up the trade group, he's a doctor, he has set up several of these. He said, one of the things that hurts communities trying to, attract urgent care is very high levels of Medicaid. Not Medicare, but if the community has very high levels of Medicaid, because that ends up being a drag on getting people to come. But, I don't know about our Medicaid levels. It's not something that we found in the census information. Medicare is not the issue, it's just Medicaid.
You could probably get that information from the county social services office.
Yeah, okay.
They would have, if they're agreeable to share it, and I'm sure it's public knowledge, they would be able to share how many citizens you are specifically asking for the county are currently on Medicaid.
Okay.
And our other providers accept it. So it's not like they would be, all going to that one because they're only going to take Medicaid.
Right.
When people have Medicare is always the first one to pay. So, and some people have Medicare or Medicaid.
They definitely want to get paid.
I get it.
All the other items, I think we've covered. So that's all that I have.
thank you, Mr. McGee. All right. Council comment. Ms. Allen, I'll let you start tonight.
I spoke with Terry before we started today about a Goodwill or a donation drop-off. We used to have one here. It disappeared or whatever, they got rid of it. And just I had some friends mention it to me. It was on Facebook that there is nowhere to donate anything around here. I mean, there's the Liberty Clothes Closet. So Terry's going to look about seeing options for something like that.
I'll contact you.
Just see what they say. So.
There is a drop-off box on the end of the parking lot of Family Fair, a small drop-off.
Yeah, and sometimes that's overflowing. And
It
I don't.
absolutely is.
I looked at the number on that. Like, I don't know if that's a. I'm not familiar with the place that has it, but I told him I would mention it and to see what we could do.
Yeah.
Just because there's no drop off anywhere.
As far as I know, all the county
Dumps.
dump sites have available places to donate certain items.
Yeah.
Not necessarily clothes and the like, but
Yeah.
Really? I
excess
didn't know
items.
that.
I don't know how they manage it, whatever
Yeah, I don't know how
donation gets donated or available and what goes to the trash.
But it's a bummer that we don't have a place. I mean, Goodwill left. I don't know why they left. So anyway, that's it. Other than that, nothing.
Thank you, Miss Allen. Mr. Boyce,
I have nothing.
Ms. Spiegel.
I just want to remind everybody, it's a little bit early, but it's not really too early, that there is an event with, as everybody knows, the town is funding the firework display on, it's July 1st on a Saturday night. And along with that, as we did last year, the fire department and I think Liberty Baptist Church is also sponsoring that. And they're calling it again this year, Firefighters and Fireworks. It starts at 5:30 till 10 p.m. and they're going to have inflatables, food trucks, fireworks, and firemen's competition. It's going to be in Liberty Field just like it was last year. So it's a really great event for our community, and I know people will come. Well, the fire competition, you have the fire departments from all around coming and all their kith and kin to watch and get a great deal of enjoyment out of watching them compete with each other. So I just want everybody to know, and please come if you can, if you want to have a great evening of fun for the 4th of July, even though it's July 1st, because July 4th falls on a Tuesday this year. So come all if you can. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Ms. Puckett.
I would just say, I'm just feeling good. You're in a good place. You know, let's think about it. The water line is fixing to take off. The depot is looking good. And it's just a good place to be. They work good.
You forgot we had 100 more things to do.
They're standing.
Remember that tomorrow.
We have the 101, and since you brought up the 100 years, you might want to think of what that committee needs to do and who needs to be involved. Thank you, Ms.
Do we
Puckett.
have a 100th anniversary committee?
Read some history first. All of us need to learn what the history is.
Do we have a committee for that? I don't think so.
Did Terry,
Yeah, I can work with it. And also, if you want to do a picnic this summer, you know.
Absolutely.
yeah, you should.
You're talking about town picnic in Abbott Park, like
We should.
annual town picnic.
I'll bring the grill and
Because
the grill master.
that lets you out, Jeff.
Unless
hot to be near
Jeff
the
has
grill.
better people than me. I've done it for thousands before.
Because we stopped it during COVID, and obviously, and I don't think we've done one since before COVID. And it's a lot of fun.
Oh, I know. I love doing them. I have a blast.
And with the mayor cooking, Tim, you can have the fire department on standby.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. We'd appreciate that.
And it'll be I'm sure it'll be in Abbott Park, our park.
So any other business come before the town council at this time?
Make a motion to adjourn.
There you go, Timmy.
I'll second. Oh, okay.
Motion made, properly seconded. Thank you, Ms. Allen. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
They do have a Juneteenth thing this Friday night.
I know. In Abbott Park.
We appreciate
And
you
know what the
coming
rent-
over.
And I think that's humorous. No, $25 to rent Abbott Park.
I'm sorry we have no better press coverage.
They
We do
want
have
to
air.
use- I don't know, you can